Good morning. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I forgot to hit them. Good morning. Yes, sir.
I'm John with Lewis. Hey, James.
Doing great, John. How you doing today?
I am wonderful. Thank you.
That is awesome. Our guest today is an expert working with Bon Scott's estates. Our guest today is John Jackson. We'll be discussing the second annual birthday bash tribute to AC/DC's Bon Scott. Good news. Thanks to our guest, John Jackson, we have a very nice prize pack. Write in to tdhcincy@gmail.com to win that for a chance to win that prize pack. John, thank you for joining us today.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
So, who were some of the artists performing at the birthday bash?
Well, so this year it was a little bit different. Last year we had 16 different singers doing 16 songs. This year we tightened it up to about 10 singers. So we have people returning like Jimmy Kunes from Cactus, Dave Anthony from 10 Ton Mojo, Peter Shaw from Trans-Siberian Orchestra, Shilpa Ray, Scott Bellina, Paul Bertolino. But we have some new folks this year, like Eric Toast from Monkey Toast, who's a local. We've got Devin Marie singing. We've got, our big special guest this year who will be doing Highway to Hell is Corey Glover from Living Color, which is sort of a New York institution as well. So we're keeping it sort of local to New York. It's at the Bowery Electric, which is a fantastic rock club, and Jesse Mallin's place on the Bowery. So, it'll be hot, it'll be sweaty, it'll be loud, and it'll be fun.
It's funny. It's like you actually read my questions before, the interview, because my next question was going to be about how is it different from last year. So it's funny. There are times I send them to the guest and the guest doesn't read them, but you didn't even get them ahead of time and you knew exactly. That is so cool.
Well, what we're trying to do is keep it, we want people to know that it's not a tribute band. It's not a, sort of a, we're not trying to be ACDC. We're not trying to, replace Bon with a person. It's much more like what the experienced Hendrix folks do with their Red House tour, where they have, many, many great guitar players come and play Jimi Hendrix songs, and not try to have one person that's sort of being Jimmy. So, that's where we're taking our inspiration from. And it's, all of these singers, last year, this year, whatever, everybody has their own favorite song they want to do. And they're all different. So it's not like everybody's trying to do, one or two songs. So, you've got people that want to do the hits, you've got people that want deep cuts, and, it just works out so great. And the house band's a little bit different this year, too. It's myself and Paul McGilloway as guitar players. I'm the Malcolm role, he's the Angus role. But we've also got Ivan Bodley playing bass, who's an amazing session and live guy at the Broadway. Has played with 61 Rock and Roll Hall of Famers at different points in his career. And we also have Kenny Stoll playing drums, who was in a band called Nantucket that actually toured with ACDC and got to meet Bon in '79. And they actually did a very early cover of It's a Long Way to the Top in 1980, sort of just after he passed. So it's a really good sort of connection of people, and everybody's, we've got this great email chain going where everyone's, telling great stories and what their favorite things are and everything like that. So, it Bon's a real good sort of collector of fans, and everyone is very cool.
Sounds awesome. Sounds like it's going to be a great event. Plenty of talented artists. Sounds like a great evening.
It definitely will be. And yeah, and got some prize packs to give away, some merch and stuff like that. We've got a great online merch store. We're launching a bunch of stuff around the birthday. And so people can go to that, through bonscottofficial.com is the website. We've got shirts and hats, and pins, statues and figures, and all kinds of stuff that you can get, so that the main goal is that people don't forget who Bon was. And, we try to make sure that he's going to be more remembered 10 years from now than he is now. And, that's really the goal for any estate of artists who have passed, just to maintain their visibility and remind people why they were so great in the first place.
And you seem like you'd be the perfect person for that, because I understand you are a bit of an Elvis expert as well. So you know the things that they did to keep him in the spotlight.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and I was fortunate enough to be able to work with catalog for about 10 years at Sony Music, and we did a whole bunch of box sets. And my proudest thing is that we got to recast his 70s period, which was very misunderstood for several decades. And, we really wanted to get it so that people understood that it wasn't just he came back to performing, he did the Aloha special, he got that, and he died. But he really did some great work and maintained incredible artistic integrity for many, many years until, those last 18 months or so. So yeah, I mean, that's what you have to do. You have to shine a spotlight on people and really make some noise about them so that people will remember them.
Definitely. I was going to say, sounds like the birthday bash is doing that, shining the light on them. However, I mean, heck, it would be hard for people to forget about him. I mean, he is considered by a lot of people to be the greatest frontman of all time.
He really is. And, it's one of those things where you ask people, of a certain age who, let's say Jimi Hendrix or, Pink Floyd or anybody is, and everyone says, oh yeah, of course people know who that is. And, you start asking people who are under at this point 30, and they have some vague notion of what you're talking about, and, maybe seen a video on YouTube or something like that, but they don't know, who this person was, where they're from, why they're important, what their motivation was. When you follow someone's career in real time, it's easy to read articles, listen to new records and all that stuff. But when it's all in the past and you have to start from somewhere and get involved in it and start to learn, it becomes an education process, and that's what you have to do with people. And now, I run into people now who were like literally born in the 2000s and are now, out of college and, the whole thing. And you realize that these people have never heard any of it. So, or maybe they've heard it in a movie or something like that, in a trailer or something. Okay, come over here for a second. Let me tell you about Bon Scott, who he was and why I think you would like him. And, it just becomes an education process for the newly initiated.
That is awesome that you're continuing his legacy. I understand that the best way to get tickets to the big event is going ticketweb.com, and then I understand the tickets are very reasonably priced.
Yeah, it's a $20 ticket. We also have Ravagers opening up. Great New York City rock and roll band. Ticketweb.com, or just go to bonscottofficial.com, and there's the link right at the top of the site to the Ticketweb entry directly. So, either way, go get your tickets.
Well, John, it has been a pleasure having you on. Hopefully we'll have you on every year to talk up the big event. And it sounds like it's just getting bigger and better every year. Thank you for joining us. So that was John Jackson. He is going to be doing a birthday party for Bon Scott. It sounds like it's going to be a huge yearly event. This is the second annual, so pretty cool. But definitely, you need to go to ticketweb.com if you're interested in getting tickets. And they're going to have all kinds of merch and stuff that's going to be available on the interwebs. And it's just, amazing. The thought that someone could possibly forget Bon Scott, but he's right. I mean, gosh, now with such a generation gap, you got to educate the next generation and let them know I mean, let them listen to and, hear for themselves how great AC/DC and Bon Scott were. So thank you all for tuning in. It is always a pleasure.